Thank you. Sexual assault is a grave violation of the trust and duty that we owe our servicemen and servicewomen. When our sons and daughters sign up to defend our nation, they willingly anticipate facing hostile fire from enemy forces. But they don't sign up to potentially be subject to sexual assault from their colleagues. The Supreme Court rightly described rape as, short of murder, the ultimate violation of self. Now, every senator is opposed to rape, opposed to sexual assault, and wants to act to prevent it. And I'll tell you, having spoken with a number of our commanders, I'm convinced that our commanders in the military want to see this problem go away, that they understand, they have heard the message, and they are working to make it go away. But unfortunately, this problem has persisted. Despite good faith, repeated efforts, this problem has persisted. And I have to say, the process whereby this amendment has gone forward really underscores, I think, the way the deliberative process of the Senate is supposed to work. Because I entered the Senate Armed Services Committee hearing on this matter really undecided. I think there were good and reasonable arguments by the chairman of the committee and by others about preserving the chain of command, about keeping responsibility in the chain of command that I think have real force. And I have to tell you, entering the committee hearing undecided, I was persuaded by Senator Gillibrand's exceptionally passionate and able advocacy. And in particular, there are 2 points Senator Gillibrand made that moved me and convinced me that this was the right and responsible thing to do. First of all was the point that the most persistent problem we've seen is an unwillingness, an inability to report these crimes, that the victims of sexual assault, for whatever reason, have consistently remained reluctant, afraid to come forward and report the crimes. And there can be no prosecution, there can be no deterrence if we don't have reporting of crimes. And despite all of the efforts that have been made in the past, Senator Gillibrand, I believe, made a persuasive case that keeping the reporting in the chain of command, as Rand said, having to go to your boss and raise the problem, the crime of sexual assault with your boss, has proven, in fact, to be deterring victims from reporting their crimes. And secondly was the point that a number of our allies, including Great Britain and Israel and Germany, have been implemented policies similar to this, and the results in practice have been that reporting rates have increased. I'm a big believer in following the data where they lead, and the fact that other professional militaries have been able to maintain discipline, maintain the chain of command, maintain effectiveness, maintain readiness, and at the same time improve reporting and improve deterrence, to me, was persuasive. So I am proud to stand with Senator Gillibrand, with all of the senators up here. I appreciate their leadership, and I'm proud to see the Senate working to fix this problem, to make sure that we protect every young man and every young woman who signs up to defend our nation, to defend our liberties, and to make sure that they have a safe, secure environment where they can trust their fellow soldiers and be secure from any threat of sexual assault. I was really persuaded by the arguments Senator Gillibrand presented at the Armed Services hearing. I went in undecided. I have to admit, when I said that at the hearing and cast my vote supporting this amendment afterwards, I visited with a reporter who was, I think, genuinely astonished and said, "What, you mean every vote isn't decided beforehand and actually arguments can persuade?" And I said, well, I can't speak for every time, but I can certainly say here that, look, I think all of us, Republicans, Democrats, and I think also the commanders in the military want to solve this problem. And the question is, what's the right solution that will fix it, that will prevent sexual assault, but also maintain good order and discipline, maintain the integrity of the chain of command? And I think Senator Gillibrand has worked hard with a number of others. I think the suggestions that Rand made the bill stronger, and I was certainly supportive of those. And I think this is a common sense approach to fixing a problem, to make our military stronger and make sure we can stand by and protect every serviceman and servicewoman.